Welcome back to Ball State Esports. It is a rainy night here at Ball State University. We actually have a tornado warning incoming, but that is not important. We don't need to worry about that. What we need to worry about tonight is Valorant. Ball State versus Miami University. Week 3 of ESC. Our players are in-house. You can see them right there. And now you can see us. I'm Wyatt, aka Libby Baby.
And I'm Vince, aka Down Up.
Yes, Valorant Assistant Video Director joining us on the desk tonight.
Very excited for tonight's matches. We saw very explosive things on Tuesday, and I'm just excited to see what we'll see today against Miami.
Yeah, I'm also very excited. Very good match against Kent State. Honestly, it was really entertaining. I was at home watching it. Twitch modding, and it was very, very fun to watch. We can take a quick look at this week's broadcasts. Of course, it's the end of the week, so all these have already happened. So Monday we had Kent State against our League of Legends team, which that was a 2-1. Tuesday we had Kent State versus Valorant that we were talking about. That was a 2-0, a close 2-0, but a 2-0. And then yesterday we had Miami versus League of Legends, which was a sweep. And then today we have Miami versus Valorant, hoping to add another sweep to the tally, but we'll save our game predictions for a little bit later. I guess we can also take a look at what's happening tonight in ESC. So, of course, Ball State versus Miami, that's what you're watching right now. We have Buffalo versus Kent State, WMU versus Akron, NIU versus CMU, and then EMU versus Ohio. So that is what's happening tonight for Valorant in ESC. But what we care about is Ball State versus Miami. But before we get too much into Miami, we can talk about what happened against Kent State. It was a very good matchup. Here are some highlights just in case you missed it. And maybe I'll let you get some of your opinions on what you're watching here.
Yeah, I feel like the matchup between, especially the first game on Breeze with the 14-12, it was very close. They were tying it up for most of the game, especially during the first half. It was looking very scary. As you're seeing the montage from Gaz, they started clutching up a little bit towards the second half, and ultimately it won them the game.
Yeah, honestly, Ball State both teams played very well, honestly. Ball State, kind of like the comeback kids the whole game. You know, they were down quite a bit, especially in this game that you're about to watch here. This was the only lead that Ball State had in the game for quite a while. They were down, like you can see here, 6-2 at one point, and then they actually eventually came back to win. I'm not 100% sure of the final score.
Final score was 13-10.
Yeah, 13-10. I mean, absolutely crazy after being down like that to come back and actually win the game. You know, they kind of mixed things up a little bit. They got Gav on Cypher, not someone he usually plays. You know, they switched up. They went with a bit of a weirder team combo. Not weirder, but weirder for us. Not something that, you know, we had players running different agents. Of course, Law had so many clips like that where he just absolutely went off. Here's another one. He just and then here is the clip of the night. I actively screamed when I was watching this at home. What a nasty clip from Gav there. He's just insane on the sniper.
Yeah, honestly, Gav on Chamber was very impressive during that Abyss game. Honestly, I feel like that's partially what won them that game. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're going to send you guys to a real quick ad break, but, don't go anywhere. We have Valorant coming up real soon, so right after this ad, we'll be right back.
You know you're a Ball State Cardinal when you first hear the chirp, when you look to Frog Baby for luck and Beneficence for guidance. You're a Ball State Cardinal when you chase your dreams, present your case, and win. When the university you call home is small enough to be a community, but big enough to change the world. You know you're a Ball State Cardinal when you're one of us. We are Ball State University. We fly.
Man, you guys should come to Ball State. That's what we like to say after these ads. But yeah, I mean, because if you come to Ball State, you can join Ball State Esports. Whether you're really good at video games.
Very great esports program. Honestly, really fun. Get to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, we got so much stuff. Even if you're in production, we got things coming up like spring games where you get to play all the games.
Yes.
But let's get into some more Valorant information. We have team rosters, so this would be Miami's roster, quite a large roster. Dirty Chai, Favorite Liar, Sith Lord, Samlin, I'm going to say Modi, Sleepyhead, I'm going to say Rysik, and then I'm going to say Adumi, or Adoubt Me.
Yeah, very interesting names for the Miami roster here.
Yeah.
Favorite Liar.
Which this just happens every time. I mean, they always just have quite the names.
Yeah.
Sith Lord's a banger. Shout out Star Wars, I guess. That is a banger game. Sleepyhead. Sleepyhead might be the most Valorant name to have ever Valoranted. That is such a Valorant gamer tag. But now we can get into Ball State's roster, which it's the same 5 that it's been all year. Of course, we did add some new players this semester, but we will get a look at our roster. There it is. Rebo, Phobos, Gav, Grim, and Law. It's been that 5 all semester, and they've been working really, really well together.
Yes, absolutely. They've honestly came together, done some really great things, even though they lost that one match against EMU.
Yeah, EMU, that was a rough one. But I heard, I don't remember who said it. I think it was maybe Bryce or Zane. They said that, or it might have been Lucas. I don't know. We have a lot of people on these streams. That maybe it was a loss that needed to happen. Maybe it was something that was kind of like a wake-up call. But anyway, here is our players. We got, and speaking of Bryce, there he is, right behind Rebo. But in that top left, you have Gav. Then next to him, you have Law, Grim. Down one is Rebo, and then right on the bottom there is Phobos. That is the Valorant 5. We got some new webcam angles, so unfortunately, RIP to the Grim forehead cam. But, now you can actually see what he looks like.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like if we got another forehead cam for this stream, it would have been just the brim of his hat.
We wouldn't have even seen anything. Yeah. We wouldn't even seen his forehead. We would have just seen his hat. But now we can talk a little bit about their stats because we have those. Keep in mind, this is just for this current 2026 spring season. This isn't career stats or anything like that, but I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, first we have Gav with 209 kills, 151 deaths, 46 assists, and a 1.38 KD.
Doesn't shock me. I mean, he has just been cooking all season. 200 kills. I forget how much kills they get in Valorant.
Yeah, Gav seems to be like the top frag, averaging around 20 or 30 kills a game, which is pretty impressive.
That is, honestly, insane. I think I'm lucky to get 5 kills when I play Valorant. Here is Law.
With 121 kills, 124 deaths, 44 assists, and a 0.93 KD.
For looking to maybe get positive tonight, that might be his goal there. It kind of doesn't surprise me that he has a lot of deaths. I don't know. He always kind of feels like, if I'm talking Counter-Strike terms, he always feels like he's our entry fragger. I feel like he's always rushing in, getting a kill, dying like that, which is, that's kind of expected. but maybe looking to see if he can go positive tonight. Had a lot of great kills and plays against Kent State. Now we got Grim.
Grim with 166 kills, 137 deaths, 50 assists, and a 1.21 KD.
Yeah, great stats from Grim as well. I also feel like he is not one that you see too often, but then whenever he does get on that screen, he is just lighting it up. He sits very close to his monitor,
yes,
as do a lot of these guys. But you know, respect with the flick shots. You know, they gotta be ready.
Yeah.
For everything here. I can never imagine seeing that close to my monitor. And then we have Rebo with the Bryce cameo as well.
Yeah, he has 150 kills, 124 deaths, 72 assists, and a 1.2 KD.
Rebo is also the IGL, so he's kind of the brains of the operation while they're in game. Of course, they are coached by Raptors, is what I'm going to say his name is.
Yes.
Yeah, Raptors and Gannon. That is the Valorant coach, but Rebo, while the actual game is happening, he is the one who is calling the shots, maybe coming up with the play style, things like that. And Bryce is just Bryce. He's just there. And then we can move on to the new owner of the forehead cam. We have Phobos.
With 161 kills, 137 deaths, 79 assists, and a 1.17 KD.
I always feel like Phobos is kind of the one who looks like he's aimbotting. He has really good aim. He's actually a very high-ranked Overwatch DPS player. I've seen some of his Overwatch clips. It genuinely looks like he's cheating, but I know he's not. Yeah, so...
I didn't know if Phobos dabbled in a little bit of Overwatch.
Oh, yeah, he actually... So this is kind of a fun one. We like to bring this up. He's actually the highest ranked DPS for Overwatch in our program.
Oh, wow.
And he's on the Valorant team.
That's interesting.
You know, it happens. I mean, of course, all of our Overwatch players are very high ranked, but it's just a fun fact that his peak rank, I think, is higher than most of our other DPS's peak rank. But, you know, what can you do, I guess? So, yeah, I guess we could talk a little bit about game predictions now. I mentioned it a little bit earlier. I am going to predict a sweep. Miami is like, what do you say, 1-3 in ESC. And, you know, no hate, but like Ball State is arguably, you know, I think they're like 4-1, 3-1. I mean, one of the top 4 teams in ESC. I just think that this theoretically on paper should be a pretty easy 2-0 sweep for Ball State. But, you know, you never know.
Yeah, that is true. They could switch things up. They could have maybe changed some things around during that Western Michigan game on Tuesday that they had. And maybe we see a little bit of a struggle with Ball State's game. But I am also expecting a 2-0 sweep here. I'm expecting it to be more hard-fought if Miami decides to bring it up a little bit, but more of a 2-0 prediction here.
Yeah, I'm going to go the way of 2-0. I know we usually always have one guy say 2-1, but not here. We are the positive people. Okay?
Yes, absolutely.
We rep that 2-0, which, you know, personally, I think this should be a 2-0. I mean, obviously, variable couldn't. I know Ball State kind of has this habit of, I feel like they always build a lead and then drop games late. That happens a lot. Maybe, hopefully that doesn't happen this time.
Yeah.
But I think I've watched a lot of Ball State Valorant this year. More Ball State Valorant than I've ever watched because I have to cast it now because ESC switched it on me, which I love doing, of course. But I've watched a lot, and I've noticed that they've definitely gotten better throughout the season. That's for sure. And they always play a much better game 2 than game 1.
Yes.
Which that was a little different last night. A little not, because they were down for quite a while in game 2 last night. But usually that is the trend, that they play a better game 1 than game 2. Of course, there's the pistol round issue.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully they win those pistol rounds tonight.
Yes. As well as I noticed that they take a lot of aggressive angles and tend to swing very aggressively. And I feel like that's also part of the issue with some of the decisions during some of the plays, that they lose numbers very quickly early on in the round.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I'm not even much of like a 5v5. I don't even really know the term for it, but like CSGO, Valorant type player. Yeah. I'm not that much of a player of these games, but you know, I watch them a lot and I analyze them a lot, and I am much more of a I like the style of planned out situations, practiced. You know, obviously you can't plan for everything. Yeah. But rather than swinging out, taking fights, playing a little bit more laid back, kind of having, okay, so say we're up 1, they're down, we're 5-4, and we have sight. what is your planned situation for them to try to retake? How are you holding site? That is my personally preferred play style.
Yeah.
But, you know, some people like to just, if you got good aim, I mean,
yeah, that is true. Very true.
Might as well just go for it.
Yeah, most people, I feel like most people, especially when it comes to Valorant, kind of just in the casual, more casual field of like competitive play, people tend to play a lot more aggressive and kind of just do whatever they want. They let their ego take over.
Yeah.
Is what I like to call it. And
I mean,
it's just
that's true.
It's difficult watching as well as playing with those kind of people, but it's fun playing the game as well as watching the game, especially watching our roster. They do some really great things, make some really great plays, get some really great clips as well.
And yeah, I agree with everything that you say. Our roster is very good, but you know, maybe sometimes let's slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're actually going to send it to him, and he's going to give us a tour of the arena. So, Lucas, why don't you take it away?
Hello and welcome everybody to the Ball State Esports 2025 Arena Tour. Let's get straight into it. Welcome to the arena, guys, and as you see, as soon as you enter and look to your right, the checkout/welcome desk. From mice to keyboards to headsets, any peripherals that you might need to play some video games. Up until 3:30, this area is a classroom where real Ball State students and professors teach and learn on these advanced Alienware PCs. This space turns into an open play area where any Ball State student can check out peripherals at that welcome desk we talked about earlier and sit down at one of these PCs and play on any of the games pre-installed. And that goes from 3:30 all the way to 7:30, Mondays through Fridays. And welcome to the varsity stage. Now these PCs are reserved for Ball State Esports varsity players only, as they are top of the line 4090 series computers. Here at Ball State, our varsity sim racing players have these 5 rigs that they can use whenever they would like to get some practice in and use for their racing. And for those of you who aren't as interested as in playing video games, you can join our production team. Here in the back room, our amazing crew puts on the best streams in the nation on their Twitch channel for everybody to view. And this is where our casters sit when we're live streaming to Twitch and if we want to do any side projects for the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and I hope to see you live in person at the arena sometime this year. Peace out, guys.
Lucas, thank you so much for doing that tour for us. Really appreciate it. But anyway, I did get an update of the standings that I can briefly talk to you about until we get into a bit of a funnier segment that we're going to have. Currently, Ball State is 3rd in ESC at 4-1. And ahead of us is EMU, which we lost to. That's right, I lost. And then number 1, who's shocked? It's Akron.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the big 3 with Kent State right behind us. That's kind of the big 3, big 4 in ESC Valorant right now. Miami is on the lower side of that.
Yeah.
So we're kind of hoping that this is that easier game. But now that we talked about the standard boring stuff, let's talk about the weather.
Yes.
This is a segment that is unfortunately a reoccurring theme here at Ball State Esports. We typically tend to get caught in tornadoes. So we're gonna eventually have, here it is. So as you can see, there is our outside cam.
Yes.
You can't really see much like rain right now. It's sprinkling a little bit, but as you can see, there's some bad stuff moving towards us right
Yes,
now.
it's not looking too great. As you can see on the map, I feel like we're probably going to get pretty hard with some rain by the time we're finished with the games. Hopefully it'll pass, but maybe not based off of the way it's looking.
Yeah, I'm really hoping I don't have to walk back to my car in the rain, but it might just end up that way. Because it's not looking good.
Yeah, it's not looking great.
All the real darker stuff, that's the tornado warnings. I don't think we're going to get hit by a tornado, but you never know. Yeah, we're going to get some pouring rain here. So it's a rain. That's kind of why the center, even though there is a decent amount of people in here, it is still a little bit more dead than usual because they all know it's going to rain.
Yeah.
And yeah, my house is currently unattended. Hopefully everything's fine there. Yeah. And I love that we have an outside cam, which is hilarious. Yeah, that is the weather. And it's not looking too good. I will say, we're going to get hit by some bad stuff. And the funniest part about this is that this isn't the first time this has happened. One of the only clips actually saved on our Twitch is the caster lead before me, before Turner, before Devin. So
wow.
3 caster leads ago. Austin, not current, not Boo Austin, but old Austin, in having a TV behind him, talking about the broadcast. That is one of the oldest and only actual saved clips on our Twitch. And Austin just told me I'm fired. So end stream. See you guys later. No, I'm not fired. He can't fire me. Theoretically, he can, but no, I'll be fine. But yeah, this isn't the. We get hit by bad weather all the time. I don't know why they do this to us.
Yeah.
I don't know why the weather gods choose to punish us with this storm, and not even being the first time that's happened. So hopefully it doesn't interfere with Valorant. Of course, we have our own issues with Valorant where we have to restart the game every like 10 minutes.
As well as we hope that all you viewers stay safe during the storm.
Yeah.
Because it's looking pretty bad.
Yeah, if you're around the areas where it's hitting pretty bad, hopefully y'all are fine. You can spend. Hopefully your power doesn't go out.
Yes.
Because then how are you going to watch the Twitch stream?
Exactly.
And that's truly the most important thing, is your viewership of this Twitch stream and our Valorant team. But yeah, I love that we have this. It's so funny. Yeah, it's going to be a rough one, but we can leave this up. What is something that you are hoping to see or expecting to see from our Valorant team tonight?
Something I'm expecting from the overall matches, based off of what I've seen from Miami and then from us as well. So I'm going to go into map predictions. I'm going to say Corrode from Miami, and then Abyss for us, and then possibly for the decider, it might be Breeze. Yeah,
I like that. I think you could put $5,000 on Ball State picking Abyss, and he would win every time.
Yeah.
Breeze, I do love Breeze. It's a good map. I'm not good on the map, but I do like the map. I really like Split. I don't know if we're going to see Split, but I kind of hope we do. I like Split.
I doubt we're going to see Split.
Yeah, we all saw it one time.
I don't know if I can talk about this.
I think you got it right.
From some backroom information, we tend to ban Split a lot. Oh.
Well, we got Split.
Okay.
You actually did predict Corrode right. I think Corrode's first map.
Yeah,
Corrode. You actually did pick that right, so that's ball knowledge right there.
Yeah.
That's ball knowledge. Everyone here knows more ball than me when it comes to this game, I guess.
Yeah, I do play a lot of Valorant. I play a little bit too much Valorant.
Hey, we all have a game that we play too much.
Yeah. I mean, I play a lot of, like, a little bit of all the varsity titles. I play a lot of Rocket League. I play a lot of Overwatch, and mostly it's Valorant, so.
I play, when it comes to, like, the varsity titles that I play, the one I play the most is Overwatch. And then I don't really play any of the other ones. Like, I don't even play Rocket League. Even though it's, like, my favorite game to cast, I don't play it because I'm so bad at it. Like, embarrassingly awful at the game.
Yeah, Rocket League is very difficult.
It is. It's a hard game.
Yeah.
I guess I do a little bit of sim racing, but, like, that's... Yeah, we don't stream that. So, I don't play League. But yeah, I play a lot of Overwatch. Honestly, funny enough, the game probably in second place that I've played the most is Valorant.
Wow.
And I don't play it. So, I used to play it, and sometimes my friend group decides that it's the game that we're playing right now, but rarely.
Yeah.
But it's a good game. I can imagine why people like it so much, because it's like Counter-Strike, but like cooler.
Yeah.
Even though I'm more of a Counter-Strike fan, but it has like abilities and agents and lore. So like that's way cooler than Counter-Strike. Where it's a war.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am excited for tonight's game. I'm excited that we get to see Split and also Corrode, which is in the map I know as well.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
I'm honestly surprised by the Split pick. I know a lot of teams tend to struggle on Split because of the verticality aspect of it.
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting map because there's a lot of high ground, but there's also like Split is the perfect name to decide it because there's literally like a big like building in the middle of both sides.
Yeah.
Mid is just inside. Like that is pretty much what it is there with Split. I really like that map. I don't know what it is about it. I just like it. So I'm excited to see that. I wonder who picked Split. I would be really shocked if it was Ball State.
Yeah, I would be shocked if it was Ball State as well.
Yeah, because I can't believe we didn't pick a base, honestly. I just said that you could win money off of it, and they didn't do it. So.
I'd honestly be surprised if we were the ones who picked Corona.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we did. Maybe we picked Split. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe Miami really likes Split.
Maybe.
Maybe. Some people have maps that they like.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't really know what I am expecting to see from either team, but I know for a fact that we're probably going to see Rebo on Astra. That's almost...
Rebo on Astra?
Rebo on Astra. Gav on Jet. I mean, we see those a lot. Those are like...
I feel like we'll see a Waylay or a Fade pick here.
Yeah.
Especially for Corona.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking about what agents they might play. We made a TikTok before stream of our players having 30 seconds to draw their favorite agent, and it was really fun. I watched it; it was really funny, and the drawings were really bad. So if you want to know who our players' favorite agents are, give that TikTok a watch. I think you can just look up Ball State Esports. You'll find it. Yes. You'll find our if you can look up Ball State Esports on almost everything, and you'll find our account. Funny enough, except for Twitch, because our Twitch is Ball State University. But you know, but if you look up Ball State Esports, you'll probably find it too. So it'll be on that. TikTok will be on TikTok, of course, and Instagram Reels, which follows on Instagram. We post wing graphics. We post fancy pictures. We have a Facebook.
We have a Facebook.
Yeah, it's basically just our Instagram. You know, they're like practically the same thing nowadays because they're owned by the same company.
Yeah.
We do have a Facebook, funny enough, and that's probably like that. And TikTok is the only way that my mom sees the content that we post. So maybe it's a good thing we have a Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pretty much everything. So check us out. Of course, Twitter. We have that too. You'll see clips from tonight's match posted there. Yeah, YouTube. We stream on YouTube. So if you're like me and would rather watch on YouTube than Twitch, check it out on YouTube.
As well as if there are ever any issues on Twitch, go check out our YouTube.
If Twitch is having issues, as Twitch tends to do sometimes, check us out on YouTube, because sometimes YouTube doesn't have those issues.
Yes.
And also, I just find, I don't know, I don't want to turn this into a Twitch bet suggestion, but I don't know. I just think YouTube's easier to use than Twitch. I don't know.
I'm so used to Twitch. I've like grown up watching Twitch streams, watching my favorite streamers, that I'm kind of just used to it. I like how it is.
Yeah, I don't really watch that much streamers. I usually, like, the only times I watch streams is when I watch, like, my favorite YouTubers stream on either YouTube or Twitch. Yeah. Because some of them only stream on Twitch. But, like, those are the only times I really watch streams. I don't really watch, like, dedicated streamers that much.
Yeah.
I used to a little bit back when I was really into Fortnite. I'd watch a lot of Fortnite streamers, but not really anymore. Hi, Bryce.
Oh, it's Bryce. Special guest.
Special guest. He's been around.
Can I do my prediction?
Yeah, you can do a prediction here.
My prediction, even though I don't have a certain object, 2-0 sweep. You know, Ball State, that's how we do. Hi, Prod. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. They're not watching because I'm not casting. Shout out the two casters. Wyatt, this is your first cast for Val, right?
Yes.
Have some fun, all right? All right, enjoy the stream. Prod says they love you.
I'm going to go get rained on.
Yeah, have fun with that. He's probably going to go DoorDash himself Mario's Compleo. But, yeah. That's Bryce. I'm catching with him on Tuesday, so that's
great.
Yeah, he is.
Actually, that's a stream that I'm going to be VDing. Actually,
yeah. We just move everyone around nowadays, honestly. You know, no rules anymore. We just, ABD on the caster desk. Yeah, at this point.
Well, that's mostly because I'm excited for Valorant. I know a lot, bit of knowledge.
About it, of course. Like, that's kind of the thing is, we have a shortage of Valorant casters on Thursdays. As we do League casters on Monday. It just happens like that sometimes. Our casters are very busy people, so, if we have someone in the program who knows a lot about Valorant, put them on the desk.
Yeah.
That's my thought. Because we need we need to have someone else here. We can't do solo casting now.
Yeah. I feel like solo casting Valorant would be very difficult.
That would be awful.
There's a lot happening within the games.
If you want if you want to hear someone's experience on solo casting, talk to Bryce.
Oh.
He solo casted Counter-Strike for a long time.
Oh.
Which I would hate that.
Yeah.
That would be so awful.
I feel like that's very chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, because like with Valorant and games like Valorant, Overwatch, Counter-Strike, the casting is split right down the middle in terms of play-by-play. Who is doing play-by-play is like, yeah, what's going on? Okay, we're talking about the fights. And then after all the fights are over, the color's talking about the economy and how they played and stuff like that. If you're solo casting, you're just doing all of it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, fights are over, and anyway, so what I noticed in that fight that I just said, like, that would just be awful. I couldn't imagine doing that. I just thought of this. Watch our podcast.
The
Bryce,
Nest.
I just thought of it because Bryce was here. Our last episode was that we just recorded. I don't think it's not out yet, but it's with Bryce and Lucas. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. It's called The Nest. Watch it. Listen to it, I guess. I'm on it. Trinity's on it. It's pretty good. The most recent episode out, I believe, is the one with we did with BK, our assistant director. So, but yeah, the one that we just did with Bryce and Lucas is my favorite episode that we've done. That was a fun one, so check that out when it comes out. Shameless plug. But
I mean, hey, it's still Ball State. Yeah.
It just popped into my head because like, oh, Bryce is here. Might as well just talk about it. Bryce did say he's going to go get rained on, so maybe it actually is raining now.
Yeah.
I swear Valorant always takes the longest to start. Like, what's happening?
Well, sometimes there's tech difficulties.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the other team.
Yeah, I think right now, Rebo and Phobos is up there.
Phobos is up there.
Yeah, I think Rebo and Rebo's gone. So that's there he is. Spoken into existence. Walked right down the hallway the second I said it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a good sign. Maybe he just got a Discord message being like, hurry, 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 hurry.
Yeah.
That's the best case scenario. There's other matches going on right now. We have someone sim racing to my right. Overwatch Black. I think it's Overwatch Black. Maybe it's Overwatch. Because like Lucas is here and he's playing Overwatch and he's on the Black roster, but there's also a lot of red roster people here.
Yes.
We even have a rare Spencer appearance, who is our coach, who was on the roster last year, but now he's here. He's like in-house. It's been so long. But okay, there are all our players. They've all returned back to their seats. Gapscam is so like zoomed out. It's amazing. I love how you can see how close their monitors are to their faces. I think I like these new webcam stands that we got. So it's not just attached to the top of their monitor. Phobos decides now's the time to adjust his webcam.
I wonder what it's going to look like in game as they start to get closer to their monitors.
Yeah, they're just gonna be like nose touching the screen. I'm just the exact opposite. I sit so far from my monitor when I play. Maybe that's why I suck. Maybe I should sit closer.
No, I mean it's not always how it is. It's very dependent on your peripheral vision and like what you see. Because I know I play like a medium distance away from my monitor.
So Lucas is doing push-ups behind me right now, and I wish you guys could see this. I don't know what just brought that on, but he just did push-ups. Even when he's not casting, he's still got to find a way to be entertaining on the streams.
Very active.
Every time I die, I do 10 push-ups.
Every time he dies, he does 10 push-ups. Man, as a support player, that is that's gutsy there. I mean, hey, that's discipline, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, me personally, I've always been the type to play far away from my monitor. Do you play on, like when you play Valorant, do you play on keyboard or controller?
I do a little bit of both.
A little bit of both? Okay, that's interesting. I've never been able to do a little bit of both for games.
Oh.
I started. I thought I was gonna go into game. That's embarrassing. I started on controller. Like in my gaming journey, I started on controller, and then ever since I switched to keyboard, I just can't go back. I can't play controller for shooter games anymore.
Yeah.
Platformers, of course, I play controller, but like. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't do both. I started do, like, story games and stuff.
I started the same way. I started on controller, and then I switched to keyboard and mouse in 2019. And then I've been playing keyboard and mouse since, and then I recently got back into console because my friends wanted me to teach them Valorant.
That's fair.
And I'm currently higher ranked on console than I am on PC.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Yeah, I have a PS5, but I pretty much only use it to play like Astrobot or Cuphead. I don't really play like shooters on it. It's all keyboard and mouse for me nowadays. Even Call of Duty, which I've heard for some reason is a hot take. I don't know. COD on keyboard and mouse, superior.
Really?
In my opinion, I think it's better. I mean, it's not better for the meta.
Definitely
the
not.
aimbot
No.
is so strong.
Yes.
The aim assist, not aimbot, but the aim assist is so strong on controller. But I don't know. I like keyboard and mouse more.
You can say the same thing about Apex Legends.
That is true. I remember Apex, the 2 games that was the last to switch off a controller were Apex and Fortnite. I was the last 2 games I switched on the keyboard and mouse. But
Agent
we
Select.
have Agent Select. That's a great sign. So we have Grim on that Cypher.
Chamber.
Chamber. That's his name?
Chamber.
Whatever. Who knows? Phobos on Sage, Law on Sova, and I know who Rebo has right now, but I'm blanking on his name.
It's interesting that we're seeing a double Sentinel again after the Abyss met on Tuesday.
Yeah, that is interesting. Got Modi on that Omen, my goat. That's who I play sometimes.
A Waylay and a Fade possible pick here. They might run double smokes, which is also very interesting. I wonder what the thought process is here, and wonder what we'll see when it comes to site takes as well as holding down site.
Yeah, double smokes is kind of interesting. It's an interesting playstyle, but I guess if you are defending or attacking, double smokes could be very useful for just like in a retake situation. You know, you always could use an extra blind. I mean,
Yes.
so I'm excited to see how that plays out if they go with that.
Surprisingly, they don't have too many blinds here. Rebo locking in with the Brimstone.
Brimstone, that's the name. I always blank on. I get him and another guy whose name I'm blanking
Breach?
on. Yes, I get those 2 guys confused all the time.
Yeah, a lot of people get those 2 names mixed up.
Yeah, but who's that Gav is on?
Gav is on Neon.
Neon. Okay, so
I believe Salem said that was their favorite character.
Oh yeah, Salem plays a lot of Neon. They like movement. They like movement characters. So yeah, Neon, very high movement character. Now that I know that that's Neon, very high movement character. It's like kind of weird to watch because it's Valorant. You expect it to be slow, and all of a sudden there's someone like jumping at you, and it's like, oh my, like what do I do?
Neon introduces Call of Duty movement into Valorant.
Maybe I'd like Neon. Maybe I should try him out because I'm an avid COD Mobile player. But yeah, I'm a little surprised by some of Ball State's picks here. I'm not gonna lie. Phobos on Sage for some reason doesn't really surprise me. They ran that last game.
Yeah.
Law on Sova doesn't surprise me at all. I'm very shocked by Rebo's pick.
Yes.
I just don't expect that.
I'm very shocked by a Brimstone in general, especially on a map like Corrode. It's really good, especially considering how spread out the map is and like the different things you can do with 3 smokes. But considering that Miami is currently running double smokes, that they're probably trying to make up for the lack of smokes there with the double smoke pick.
And Grim on Chamber. I guess that's not that different than what Grim usually runs. I feel like he's ran Chamber before. But yeah, some of Ball State's picks surprised me, but not all of them. You can see Bryce Speed. Oh, Gav. Gav is asking for something. Oh, what a catch from Gav. Way to start the game. Yeah, so now that we have Agent Select, it's a good sign that we're going to be getting into game really shortly here. Of course, it's going to start off with that pistol round, and you know how Ball State is on the pistol rounds. Hopefully, our fate can be a little different, but we are in the game.
Yes.
So, I mean, I guess this is the colors time to shine. What do you sort? What I guess right now there's not too much to talk about.
Yeah.
No game has been played here.
But I feel like you were correct there on the Abyss pick. It is the decider.
Yes.
If we get there, and we're starting to see light shields from both Law and Rebo. hopefully they are getting those the util off, so they're able to take site very quickly here.
Yeah, Ball State, of course, is attacking first. Looks like they're all just going to go A as the walls go down. Let's see how Ball State can do on this pistol round here. Just kind of Bryce has left us a treat. Thank you, Bryce. Looking at Sun now, kind of holding this angle. Doesn't want to get too caught off guard by a large amount of Ball State players. We actually have some opposing team webcams as Grim finds first blood onto River. Looked like a confrontation was going to happen there maybe as we cut away, but that actually might have been another Ball State player. So kind of waiting around this stage while shooting through the smoke, but Phobos finds a nice pick through the smoke onto Suds. Gab finds one onto Samlon. Ball State looking great on this pistol round here. Gab going to rush through, but he's going to fall to Evan, unfortunately. Modi going to fall, and Ball State gets that nice team ace to take round 1.
Ball State does a really good job of holding those angles there and playing very conservative into after the plant instead of taking those very aggressive angles that you usually see from them. And then immediately after the first round win, they're starting to bonus from that and start buying marshals and an outlaw with light shield to secure those kills for the next round.
Yeah, Ball State definitely looks best when they have some good guns under their hands. I mean, of course, everyone does, but I think Ball State especially, I don't know how well they do in the save rounds, but here we go as the walls go down. We are looking at Samon. We even get to see his face and River as well. Kind of walking around as Gav finds that first blood onto Modi. Great stuff from him to put Ball State into that early numbers advantage. Now going to swing out his Sud to find a nice pick as River also finds one onto Phobos. Revo kind of maybe waiting to peek around that sage wall and manages to find 2, manages to find 3. Great stuff from Revo there as Grim finds the last one. Ball State takes a 2-0 lead.
Miami playing very aggressive down that mid, and Ball State holding it down very well as getting those refrags off of each other, and then proceeding to just go in and play off of those kills. It's really great to see, and now we're seeing a very full buy from Miami as Ball State goes for the bonus.
Yeah, Miami just kind of going for that. As we can see this nice replay from Rebo here, the IGL taking away 3 with that silenced pistol as Grim finishes it off. Great stuff. As now the walls go down once again. Ball State on fire right now. Modi looking to place some smoke. Maybe just try to get some intel, gets a smoke down. Grim kind of just wandering around here. He does see the smoke go up. Doesn't really know where these MU players are yet, so he doesn't want to be too aggressive looking at Modi, just sort of holding that wide angle, holding that to see if anyone's going to peek him. River kind of doing the same. A bit of a slower start to this game as we're seeing here as Ball State just kind of hanging around mid. Rebo a little bit closer to that A site. Ball State doesn't really know where they're going to go yet. Phobos does get some intel, figures out where some MU players are. Got himself a little bit of a sniper rifle, waiting for a pick to see if he can maybe get a nice shot onto one of those MU players. But he's going to choose to back off of it. I think with that intel, they are going to choose to just go into A. Law going to plant here as they get a nice smoke off. Confrontation starts. Grim manages to find one, but Sud trades him out. The spike is planted for Ball State, so now they have to defend this site. 4v4 MU going to try to go for that retake, seeing what they can do. Phobos going to use that to slow incoming enemies. A Sud does find a pick onto Gav. Phobos just kind of has good positioning to defend that spike. Sun maybe looking to push in. Flame is going to fall down, just going to shoot through the smoke. Unable to find anyone. They can't get to the spike. Looking like they may be trying to go for a defuse. Sug going to go for it to fake it. Law and Rebo take 2 out. Ball State have a 1-player advantage. They're defusing through the smoke. Phobos and Rebo find one. Rebo finds the last. Ball State goes up 3-0.
What a great post-plant play from Ball State. Honestly, they did a really good job holding down that spike, holding down that site, even though we saw a few fall from A main. It was a great play overall just to see them hold it down and not give up any positions, not be scared to move away. They were just holding it down and waited until they started defusing. The molly from Rebo there was really great, stalling them even more from defusing the spike. And now we're seeing a full buy from Ball State and a save from Miami.
Yeah, Ball State absolutely rolling in. Miami, unfortunately, they full bought that last round. Now they really got nothing, so they're forced into a save here. Looking at Grim, kind of another slow. No real confrontation yet. Grim just kind of wandering around that A entrance. There is the drone. Chooses not to take a see if he's going to maybe see if there is anyone around. Of course, it is smoked off. Just going to go for that alt orb to get some of that alt charge. Ball State not really picking a site to go on yet. MU has A pretty well defended right now, but of course Ball State does not fully know that yet. Taking some shots through the smoke. Samlon kind of peeking around the corner, but he's not going to find anyone but his teammates. Of course, he only has a pistol to his name. MU very much on the save right now. They're kind of just looking to get some lucky picks onto Ball State as Grim and what I believe is Law, yes, going through. Law manages to find one onto River. Samlon going to contest, but he's going to be taken down by Law as Law finds another. So going to hold this angle, going to try to get a lucky shot onto Law, but just not able to get it. He's taken out by Grim. Ball State rolling right now as Grim's going to go for that plant. It is going to get down. Evan going to peek out Rebo, but unable to get the kill. Law finds Modi, and Ball State goes up 4-0. Great game so far.
Ball State is honestly playing very slow than how they usually do, which is very surprising, but it's working out for them very well as they're 4-0 against Miami University. And it's honestly working to their favor. It's allowing them to take more rounds, allow them to take sight, allowing them to feel out the space and take whatever they need.
Yeah, Miami they really can't do anything right now. I mean, they had no weapons to their name last game, and now they're just kind of stuck here. Let's see if they can maybe find the way out of this. They are able to get themselves some weaponry because of that save. Ball State kind of just going to push out here, all kind of together, looking to target B here, which is the right choice as MU playing very aggressive onto A. Evan goes for that. He TPs away. Don't really know what's happening here as Modi just kind of waiting to stop the slow. Evan has a great peek, gets Rebo, but Gav able to trade him out. Law is going to get that spike down. Modi just kind of holding this angle through the smoke, waiting to see if a BSU player is going to walk through, but they're not going to do that. Samlon finds a nice pick onto Gav there, but Graham going to get that trade out. Phobos finds Modi as well. Now, MU in a desperate situation. Grim finds one onto Sa. It's just River left, who finds a nice pick onto Phobos, but still just in a 2v1 situation with Spike down. You kind of got to wonder, do you save here? They are going to try to push out, seeing if they can find a pick onto Ball State. They think that they can win this, but I don't think that they're going to have time to defuse. They go to swing it. They do find Grim, and they're just going to get out of there, try to save their gun. An unfortunate kind of loss of a player there by Ball State, but they still win the round.
Yes. They were mostly trying to go for like a choke on the buy, so Grim isn't able to buy next round. But as you can see from the economy, Ball State's doing great on buys right now. And it was interesting to see that Miami University went for the wait for the retake, but it seems as of right now that their retakes aren't working out too well for them as they go for another save round. Honestly, I feel like Ball State is applying the right amount of pressure, and they're doing really good, and hopefully we see that throughout this game.
Let's see what they can do here as Evan got that op, I'm going to call it. What's the name of it?
I don't know the proper name for it.
Just the chamber op, what I'm going to call it here. Gav, unfortunately, falls to Evan there with a nice shot from him while kind of walking through the smoke. So Ball State at a bit of a numbers disadvantage, I believe, for the first time in a while here. They haven't had to do that much as Rebo finds 3 MU players out in the open. Does manage to get one as Grim gets Samlon and finds another onto River. Ball State kind of ramifies that early situation as Phobos is able to find Modi, but holding that angle on that chamber weapon is Evan, but Phobos going to take him out, and Ball State going to go up 6-0.
Ball State playing a little more aggressive that round. It was very interesting to see, playing up through mid. Gav getting picked off early on from the chamber op, but they still win the round and get some crazy picks.
Yeah, so great stuff from Ball State. Looking at the replay here, all kind of a whiff on that chamber op there. Phobos able to win that round for Ball State. So I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen an operator come out from Ball State just yet.
I feel like the map is a little bit too close quarters.
That's true. That is true. You know, usually they're wanting Gav on that op, but you are right about the map being very close quarters as Law going in with that Sova drone, trying to just get some intel. Ball State seemingly knows where MU is, and they are seemingly just going to take A here. Law going to go for that plant. Phobos finds a nice pick onto Sa to put Ball State in the numbers advantage. Spike is down. MU kind of forced into a corner here altogether. They need to retake A. They kind of just let Ball State have it, and now they're going to get slowed as well by that Sage, by Phobos on Sage. And they can't see anything due to the smoke. Looks like they're just going to back out, maybe try to find another angle in, or maybe they're just going to go for a bit of a save and try not to lose their weapons. Evan holding that angle onto Rebo. Rebo goes for the swing. He TPs out. River gets Rebo. A huge amount of kills come out from both sides as Grim finds 1, River finds 2. Ball State all of a sudden in the numbers disadvantage. Just Law left. The spike is going to go off and Ball State's going to win, but lost a lot of their weapons at the end there.
Interesting that Miami tried to play for the exit frags instead, as they're currently 0-7. It's interesting that they aren't playing as aggressive to try and take that site as fast as they possibly can, considering the amount of space that Ball State is taking. And as we see, a Miami timeout, which is definitely something that they needed, as they are currently 0-7.
Yeah, it doesn't shock me that they take the timeout there. Ball State is just rolling through them right now, up 7-0. Very dominant start to the game by Ball State.
Yes.
I guess I could ask you, what do you think Miami needs to change here in this situation as we look at some replay? What do they need to do differently to try to get out of this rut that they're in?
I feel like either locking down the site, just trying not to rotate too early, as well as the fact as just trying to make those retakes better, to be honest with you. Because I feel like they're struggling with the retake, and when they wait for it, they just don't have enough presence to push on. Be a little more conservative with their util in order to make it harder for Ball State to push onto that site, or for them to get onto the site after post plant.
Yeah, it is. Once Ball State gets that spike down, it's just kind of looked over in that moment. They just can't get back on the site. They can't even think about defusing because they just can't even get onto site. And Ball State just really rolling through them right now. So let's see what they can do to start off this game. Evan just has a sheriff. Looks like Miami went for a bit of a save in this one. Kind of Gav and Rebo sort of hanging together. Modi just kind of hoping someone maybe comes through his smoke as Logan used that Sova drone. Going to try to see if he can get any intel. He's not going to spot anyone. Gav looking around corners, seeing if he can find a nice pick with that sniper, but doesn't look like he's going to find anyone. There's just really no one around. I would say that Miami has a nice hold over both sides right now if Ball State were to kind of split up, but it looks like Ball State wants to go B here. As you can sort of see at the bottom of that chamber, rotating. I can't remember who's on chamber all of a sudden. Maybe rotating over. Looks like Ball State actually might be backing off of B to go to a different location. They're kind of all together. Evan waiting there with that sheriff takes a lot of damage as he's not able to get that one tap. They're going to have to back out of this one. And it now looks like Ball State's going to book it to A, I believe, to see if they can get that spike planted. Law gets one onto Samlin. Now he's going to run through here. There's a lot of Miami players waiting in there. If only he took that headshot. Rebo is going to plant. Grim finds one. Law finds two. Gav is going to fall to River, but Ball State finally gets that spike down. I believe it is just River left for Miami. Phobos has a great position on that Sage wall, and Ball State wins another.
Ball State's doing a very great job of allocating their space, making sure that they're not losing too much, but also taking enough where they need it, as well as doing beautiful on the retakes. I feel like Miami is just, as we see a technical pause, I feel like Miami is playing very aggressive mid. I feel like they only need to send one there just to hold the space, tell them, give them information, and have two locking down the sites. I feel like if we see that, then Ball State may have a little bit of a difficulty pushing onto these sites. As well as some of the util usage, like I said before, is a bit wonky there from Miami University.
I feel like wonky is a good word to describe kind of what we're seeing from Miami right now. It's just a little discombobulated, a little all over the place, not as like well polished And I think, for the little technical or I guess insight that I can apply here, I think just kind of tighten it up, play a little bit safer, and just a little bit better communication, better teamwork. Because like you said, I think that they're not playing these, they're not holding sight very well right now. And then once they lose sight, they just can't even get back on it. I mean, Rebo just kind of able to plant in the opener here. They all push and Law just roll him over. Just can't do anything.
Yeah.
And Ball State absolutely flying through it right now. At this point, I don't even know if I'm going to predict Miami taking a game. Maybe a perfect sweep. But I'm not going to say that yet because we still have a whole other game after this one.
Yes.
So
we still have another half.
Exactly. We still have another half.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen Ball State on defense yet.
Which I feel like the presence that they're applying now will be the same that they apply on their defense as well.
Yeah. I think with how it's going right now, I highly doubt it's going to be a different story for Ball State on defense.
Yeah.
Sometimes Ball State likes to play a little aggressive on defense. We might see that, but I don't really know if Miami's going to be able to combat that just with how well Ball State's playing right now.
Yes.
Which, of course, now we're at that tech pause, which is a bit of a stop in momentum, which frustrating, but, it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, basically, I don't know the full error. It's just an issue with lands. They have to restart their game every few rounds because...
Yeah.
Or else they all get kicked. So it looks like we are back into it. Ball State up 8-0 as the round is about to start. Let's see if Miami can sort of change anything up here. Right now, looking like Ball State might want to be going A. They just have Phobos over there on that B site. Most of both teams are on kind of around A, as Grim manages to get a nice swing onto Sa. Nice first blood for Ball State. Modi and can't really see who that is, just kind of looking to regroup here. Goes for a bit of a smoke. Gav on that Neon, using that movement to his advantage to traverse map very quickly. Seeing what he can do, takes a few shots at Heaven, but there is no one there. Rebo just gonna plant, just gonna run right onto B and plant, and that's kind of shocking to see. Ball State immediately realizes everyone's A, rotates B, gets that spike down. Great stuff from Ball State, and now Miami has to retake. Good start. They do manage to get a pick onto Phobos. Evan there, kind of playing Heaven. Seeing if he can find anyone else. Rebo kind of looking to maybe peek through the smoke. Evan's just going to push through the smoke, but Rebo finds him there. River maybe faking the defuse as Grim finds Samlin. Modi able to take out Grim, but Rebo and Gav clean it up, and now Ball State up 9-0.
Ball State did really well during that round, and especially considering the fact that Phobos got picked off very early on, playing very deep into B site. And we saw a Fade ult there, which realistically could have won them that retake.
Yeah, Ball State just rolling through it right now. Just kind of playing like the Ball State that we know they are. They're playing a little aggressive. They like to do that, but it's working right now, so can't really fault them for it. So let's see. Might have an early confrontation here with Gav and some members. Evan finds a nice pick onto Grim early on for Miami. Let's see if they can maybe do something with that, but Phobos is just going to get that revive as Evan finds Grim immediately as he's revived. Unfortunate for him. Sa manages to find Gav and Law. Ball State at a bit of a numbers disadvantage as Rebo able to take out Sa, but Samlin finds Rebo. It's just Phobos in a 1v4 situation right now. So let's see what he's going to do here. Ball State, for the first time, sort of looking like they are on the behind right now. Don't even have that spike planted. It's just Phobos left.
Spike is even in their spawn.
Yeah. He doesn't even have possession of Spike right now. And of course, on attack, you have to plant Spike to win. So he's going to need to get that and get it planted if he even wants to sniff a chance of victory here in this round 10. So Miami looking to get on the board for the first time in this game. It's down 9-0 right now. You kind of see Phobos creeping around back there. 30 seconds left on the clock. Looking like he's going to look at A, but that is where the rest of Miami is. Going to place a wall, but Modi just catches him out, and Miami gets on the board.
I feel like the reason why Miami mostly won that round was because of the excellent collaboration of the util there. Just the waylay all on top of like the double swing and like they just played very well during that round with their util, and it allowed them to capture the round, allow them to get on the board, and even though it was a save round for them too, which is very surprising. Rebo got a few picks during that waylay all, able to pick off a few, but we're seeing a full buy from both teams.
Yeah, Ball State kind of don't want that loss to sort of derail them. They kind of just want to get back to where they were before. Gav's kind of waiting to see if anyone's going to peek through that smoke. River is there and waiting. Rebo finds a nice pick onto Sa, so Ball State kind of back where they are used to being in that numbers advantage, but we're just kind of waiting, watching that smoke. No one really peeking through right now. Going to place another smoke down map a little further, but nothing really happening right now besides that pick. Sa down for Miami. Ball State up 5-4 right now. Let's see what they can do here. Modi's still holding that same angle, but I hate to break it to you, I don't think anyone's going to push through there, Modi. So you might want to move on from that one as Samlin kind of, again, holding this peak, seeing if he can just get a nice peek onto anyone. Modi just still sort of holding that same spot.
Very surprising. Ball State playing very conservative here. After the last round, they were trying to play a lot quicker. In the past few rounds, they've been playing very fast. Just trying to wait it out.
Yeah, Gav manages to find one onto Evan. They were now all going B after that pick. They were just kind of waiting it out in mid, as you said, but now they get that pick. Phobos going to go in there and plant. River has a bit of a flank going on if he can just push out there, but he's going to be in an extreme numbers disadvantage. Now gets swung, but is going to get revived, seeing what he can do. Going to just escape. Modi manages to find one. River finds another. Grim gets River. Ball State now only up one as Grim finds River. They do have that spike down, though. Going to try to push out is Samlin and Modi. Samlin is going to find Grim. So let's see. I think this is winnable for Miami. Modi going to see if he can go for that defuse. Rebo is going to find him. Law is going to find Samlin and Ball State. Doesn't let that loss phase them. They go up 10-1.
Yeah, Ball State playing very well, using the Brimstone ult to halt the spike, as they still have 3 ults that they can use as it is last round. Miami seeming like they have to save here, as we see a few replays from that round. Gav getting the first kill off, and honestly, that's what led to them taking that B site, because they only had 2 people sitting there, and the rotate was a little late there for Miami University.
Yeah, so of course, this is the last round before the switch, so you might as well just use the ults that Ball State has. Evan finds a nice early pick onto Gav there, but River just immediately gets bombarded as Rebo finds 2 onto River and Evan. Law now going to plant B as Ball State just has total control of the site.
Very fast hit from Ball State here.
Yeah, now Miami gonna be in a 3v4 retake situation, seeing what they can do. Modi gonna place down a smoke just to try to give themselves a little bit of leverage in this battle. As Law going to swing out, Samlin is going to find that pick to even the number. Sa also finds one. Phobos and Rebo manage to get Ball State back in the advantage. It is just Modi. He is going to teleport to see if he can throw Ball State off. Of course, that spike is down, and he's running out of time to defuse. The fire comes out, and Rebo takes down Modi.
I believe I just seen one of the players run out of the arena, actually, to go run to the restroom or something. But a good round for Ball State as he's coming back in. Oh, and we go into a tech pause immediately after.
As you can see, Gav is not on his seat. There he is.
There he is.
You can see his shadow.
Yeah, coming back. A good round from Ball State as they played the Brimstone Molly. They're using their util very well here. As they go into the next half, they're just playing super well, just holding the site space down, using their util very conservatively, playing for that post plant. Their economy is very great, and they're just doing a lot of great things.
Yeah, I just think Ball State plays the best when they're in that comfortable situation and they have the economy to work with. I don't think that they play as well when they're forced into a save. I think that this is the Ball State at their peak right now, and they're just rolling through it. Once they get an advantage, it's hard to calm them down. You know, we were surprised by that Grimstone pick, but it's working out really well for him.
Absolutely.
As Lucas says, hi to stream. This is the most cameos we've had on a stream, I mean, for people who aren't on it. So great stuff from Ball State right now as they switch sides. So they are going to be defending now. As we look at some more replays just throughout the game, Rebo that nice 3K early on.
Yeah, Ball State playing a little more back. And especially, I feel like their mid hits were very strong there when they had to decide which side that they had to go on. And I feel like that allowed them to disorient Miami here with not knowing where they're going. Miami constantly rotating to each other site, and then them not being able to play for that retake.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that where it looks like they're defending well, and then next thing you know, Ball State is on site, spikes planted, and Miami's all the way on the other side of the map. It's like, how does that happen? Because like you were defending both sides fairly well there, but kind of Ball State is doing a pretty good job of like figuring out which site is weaker for Miami and just rushing in there and taking it over. And now we're going to see another pistol round from Ball State. I want to see if they can go undefeated in the pistol rounds today. That'd be nice.
Great to see.
That would be great to see. Hopefully we do see it. They're just kind of waiting to get away from this tech pause, get Ball State on the defending, and see how they do.
Yeah, I feel like based off of how they're playing right now, I'm just expectations. I probably see Phobos and Grim on opposite sides considering they're both Sentinels. Rebo may be playing towards mid, but probably more Gav. Maybe Phobos towards mid, considering how their current play style is playing right now. Phobos with a little bit of lurking, heading towards the target site that they wish to hit, as he is usually the spike carrier, him or Law. Oh.
You know what? You just get to see the players now. There's rock,
as
paper,
they're playing
scissors.
rock, paper, scissors.
They're playing rock, paper, scissors. Looks like Law has lost, unfortunately for him. You know, Lucas and Brett were talking about this on Tuesday. The players just seem to have a lot of fun while they're up there playing Valorant. They seem to be having just a great time. Oh, we're back. We are back.
Yeah, they have a very strong connection, a very good bond with each other. They play very well together. They seem very excited and very happy when they play with each other.
Yeah, and I think that can be said for a lot of our teams here. I think that is one of Ball State's strengths, is a lot of our teams, a lot of the players on our teams are all very good friends with each other.
Yeah.
You know, our sim racers go to races in person together, you know. They get, you know, they all have a very good bond, but here comes the weather. It's hitting us now.
Yes, it is hitting pretty hard.
Yeah, it is. It's storming right now. I think that I heard that a tornado hit the ground in Bloomington.
Wow. Yeah, apparently the tornadoes are underneath us.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
We'll be fine, hopefully. But
to all of you viewers, we hope that you are staying safe during the current weather as
safe.
well.
We're in, a big, strong brick building here. So, if things do get bad, we have places to go.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys are ready to take shelter. But enough about that. Let's get into Valorant. Safety, whatever. Valorant is more important right now. So, Ball State on another pistol round 13. Let's see how they do this one. Yeah,
I feel like they're probably going to be a little more aggressive with the buys here, as we see most of them mid. Well, 4 of them playing mid. They're going to be very aggressive, hold a lot of presence there, kind of giving up that B site. Hopefully, based off of what they're doing, they're more than likely going to play a very good retake.
Yep, so now in the pistol round, so Ball State on that defense, kind of holding mid pretty well right now. Looks like Miami wants to take B here. They do get onto B site. Modi is going to plant. River is going to meet Gav and a few other players. Gav does get Sa, and that molly comes out from Brimstone as Grim finds a nice pick onto Samlon. So even though Miami got in there and got that spike down, they are in a severe numbers disadvantage as they are cleaned up by Ball State. They're going to get the defuse, and Ball State goes up 12-1.
This takes us to match point. Honestly, the util usage from Ball State there was very good. It allowed them to retake the site very easily, as well as the space that they had, especially that space mid, that allowed them to just it surprised them, as they expected them to push from the CT side or defender spawn side. It just allowed them to take that space, get a few picks, and then win the round. Get that defuse off.
Yeah, great stuff from us. It looks like Miami wants to go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's my shout-out Turner. Uh-oh. That's what he used to say every time our screen froze. Now, looks like very early confrontation. So uses that movement, gets a pick on the Grim, but he is going to follow the Law as Gav also finds Samuel, and Evan finds Gav, but Law manages to get a kill. He does get traded out by Modi. Modi is going to plant now. Even numbers for Ball State and Miami. They do have Spike down. Remember that this is match point. So now Ball State in that 2v2 retake. Rebo finds them both, and Ball State's going to win game 1.
Very interesting match point there. Very aggressive from Miami. It made it seem like they were going to win that round there, make it 12-2. But we see a 13-1 from Miami University.
Yeah, absolutely dominant by Ball State. Only dropping one game. One game.
One round.
Now, one round, basically. One round, not one game. They won the game.
Yeah.
Now, going into split game 2, let's see how Ball State does. I mean, judging by that game 1, and I know I literally said at the start of the stream that they play better in game 2 than they do in game 1. It's hard to get much better than that. So let's see how they're going to take this momentum into game 2. You know, entirely new map, as we're going to get a highlight reel of the game. Great game from Ball State.
Honestly, a very great game from Ball State. Amazing space allocation, amazing util usage, just all around a very amazing game from Ball State here. Phobos with the Sage pick, very interesting, as we saw from Tuesday's Abyss match. As a prediction, I'm thinking Phobos will continue to play Sage into split here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been working out for him, that Sage pick. We were surprised by it when he ran with it Tuesday, but it's seeming to work for them, so maybe he's going to stick with it. I love the shotguns in Valorant. It's so satisfying. It reminds me of running around in hardcore with a shotgun in Call of Duty, because it's just so often a one tap. Yeah. So it's just so satisfying to watch. But yeah, not really much to be said just about how great of a game that was by Ball State. 13-1, really can't get much better than that. I mean, they dropped one round.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back. Okay, so we know we're going into split.
Yeah.
So I guess, what do you think we're going to see on split?
Okay, so I feel like for agents, I feel like we're going to see definitely a Sage here. Maybe an Astra, like you said. Rebo on Astra. Yeah. But he might stick Brimstone. Brimstone's also a really good pick on split. I feel like definitely not a Chamber, because this map is a little more close quarters. Maybe if they do go Chamber, they're going to set their Chamber on A site. I don't know what else agent-wise, to be honest with you. Definitely a Jet, actually.
Yeah. I would not be surprised to see Gav on Jet.
And if, maybe, a Raze pick.
Raze, yeah. We do see a little bit of Raze come out from Ball State sometimes, so let's see. I believe, now Grim plays Sky, I think. That's his favorite. I thought one of our players' favorite was Raze, but I might be wrong. We have
Here are the stats from the game.
Stats. So for Ball State, it was Rebo who was the MVP. Went 20-3. Great stuff from him. Of course, it was Evan for Miami being MVP. Unfortunately, just not as great of a game for Miami there. But yeah, Ball State pretty much every member besides 2 of them going positive. Great stuff from them.
As we see, Law currently going positive from that game.
Yeah.
His current stats are positive now.
Currently is positive, so he needs to just get more kills than deaths in this upcoming game, and he will remain positive overall.
Yes.
That's what we want to see. I believe in you, Law. You can do it. So that is our post-game stats there. Just a great game from Ball State. Not much more to be said about it. Played absolutely dominantly. Played perfectly, and now it's all about that waiting game to get into game 2.
Yes.
Sometimes it takes a minute.
I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I could talk Valorant all day.
I mean, go ahead.
I feel like with Split here, here's my prediction based off of how Ball State picked Split. Okay, so I think we are attacking first because I feel like Split is a very defender-sided map. And I feel that as we see map B-roll, Split is very, in my opinion, Split is very defender-sided. If you can secure that defense, attacking will be a lot easier on you. If you can be up on defense, 8-4, 9-3, even though we don't want to see that 9-3 curse, 10-2, it helps you in attacking. And if your attacking is very strong, your defense is more than likely going to carry out and be really good as well.
Yeah, and I have received word that Ball State is attacking first on Split. So let's see how this one goes for them. Okay. Sorry, Backroom's talking to me. They said never mind.
I feel that we'll probably play a little more aggressive on Split, especially considering how we did first game. Maybe a little bit of a fumble for a few rounds, considering how well we played. Because I know sometimes our players tend to let that get to them.
Yeah.
Even though they do play very well. They play amazingly well, especially that last match. I feel like that sometimes that gets to them, and we lose a couple rounds because of that.
Yeah. Especially, I know sometimes there's a pretty common pattern where we'll see Ball State, they'll go up like 9-1, and then next thing you know, it'll be like 9-6.
Yeah.
They'll drop a few games, and it'll look a little sketchy for a little bit, and they usually do come out on top. But that's kind of what we don't want to see come out from Ball State this time is they know that they can win it, so let's just hope that it doesn't get to them. They don't feel any pressure in that moment, and they just do what they can do. We just go through it like we did last game, and I mean, geez, can we see 13-0? Can we see 13-0?
Maybe.
Maybe. I thought we were going to for a while there last game, besides just that one game that Miami got on them. RIP the perfect sweep. RIP.
What do you think? How do you think what part of the map do you think they're gonna Ball State's gonna take first?
As attack, when I play attack on Split, I feel like I much prefer B. Because B feels, and correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't played Valorant in a hot minute. It just feels like the more open site, and I kind of feel like. Is that the more open site?
I feel like if I start spewing callouts at you, you're not A. Okay, so
well, I know A has like there's
A screens.
A is very walled off.
A heaven.
I know A heaven.
Okay.
I do know A heaven.
So the site has the little box in the middle.
Yeah, A site does.
Okay.
Has the two boxes.
And then B site has garage, and then
Yeah.
you walk in, and then right side is open, and then you can see heaven from there.
Okay, so emergency weather report.
Oh.
The really bad weather is over. Yeah, all that red, all that like that tornado watch. That's right over my Ohio right now.
Wow.
Which, yeah, that is like right over Miami University. So. They could delay.
Possible delay.
Possible delay because they are getting hit with it, and they're going to be getting hit with it.
I mean, I understand
they are
safety of the
playing.
players.
They're playing.
Oh, they're playing.
Safety, who cares? Like I said, it's all about Valorant. No, I'm sure that they do care about the safety of their players. But, you know, I mean, I'm sure that they're fine. Hopefully that everyone's fine.
Hopefully everyone's okay.
No, we're fine here.
Yeah.
What's not going to be fine is when I have to walk to my truck after this.
Yeah, walking back to the dorms is going to be
That's going to be
bad.
rough.
Yeah.
I should have just risked the ticket. Should have just parked in the Robert Bell lot. Should have risked it, but that's my bad. As you can see, yeah, it is. You can't really see the rain too bad over on our cam, but
yeah.
I do believe it was hitting pretty hard earlier.
We would have to ask Bryce about
We
it.
would have to ask Bryce, yeah. Like, hey, how's it going? How was it? How was the walk back? Yeah. But that's our Ball State weather report. Let's just do this every stream from now on.
Yeah, I feel like it would be an
esports-
interesting segment.
Esports with a side of meteorology.
We just throw it to a guy on a green screen and then have a weather report.
We get a dedicated meteorologist. I mean, hey, we have a lot of dedicated roles here. I mean, we have dedicated psychiatrists for our player. We have sports psych majors and stuff like that dedicated to helping out our players. I don't want to mess up his name. He's graduated now. I think it was Daniel. Shout out Daniel. I'm so sorry if I got his name wrong. He was really cool. But yeah, I mean, absolutely, you know. Okay, so looking at it here, they're apparently being surrounded by tornadoes.
Oh,
I mean, hey, not tornadoes, tornado watches.
okay. That's not us.
Or
bad.
maybe tornadoes.
Hopefully
I
not
don't know,
tornadoes.
Hopefully not. I would hope that if there was tornadoes, they'd call it off.
Yeah.
Some of our players walking out. Yeah. Gav just said, "Oh Lord," as
Yeah.
he walked by. It's not.
It's not looking great.
Not looking great out there. It is just. It's yeah.
It's pretty
coming
bad.
down.
Yeah.
Hopefully, our competitors over there, our good friends at Miami University, are doing all right. Because of course we go there for LANs. They're amazing hosts. Their esports center, off topic. Miami's esports center, really, really cool. A really good esports center. Yeah, it's like massive. It's huge. It's insane. They have they have a caster room, as so many people do. One day we'll get one. But then they have another room. It's like when I went there to do LAN, my first LAN, second LAN, Battle for Indiana, but second LAN, ESC LAN. They have the main caster room with all like the face, and then they have enough space that they have a second one for an alt stream.
Wow.
And I'm just like, whoa, like
Yeah.
we have like probably the ability and equipment to do an alt stream, but it's like where would we put our casters?
Yeah.
We'd have to like find a table or something to put.
Throw the casters in front of the Letterman.
Yeah,
Throw them in the Letterman.
just
and
throw them right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but very cool place over there at Miami University, and hope they're doing okay. But they are playing. I have been told that they are planning on playing.
Okay.
Might as well just ignore those tornadoes. They'll be fine. Hey, it looks like my good old Cincinnati Bengals aren't getting hit too hard. So, again, Lucas talked about them a little bit on Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, looks like they're fine. Thank you, Joe Burrow. But yeah.
As we were talking, sorry to step away from the weather, even though it's a very, very critical issue. As we were talking about Split, you were talking about B-Site.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like B-Site might be the one that they go for. I think, I don't know. In my opinion, I'm just kind of winging it here. I feel like it might be the easier. I don't know. It just feels so closed off to me when I think about it, because there's like the longer angle that they can hold. You kind of have to come around that corner unless you go up through heaven.
Yeah.
And up through that mid area. You kind of have to come around a really sharp 90-degree corner.
Yeah.
It just feels kind of rough. Of course, you do have to go through that garage area to get to B, but I just feel like B might just be I think it's the site that Ball State's going to go for, but who knows? They could go A too. Split's a pretty interesting map in that regard.
Yeah.
So let's see how they play it.
I feel like if they do an A play, they're going to go up heaven, go for that space, take it over, and then try and go for the screens area to make sure they don't have anybody for that A long play. But I feel like that on Split, we may see a lot of mid aggression, especially for B Heaven. So I feel like we'll see at least 2 players go mid for a B Heaven push, and then the rest of our players go for a garage.
Yeah, maybe split it up a little bit and attack that same site there. hopefully we get that agent select soon so we can see what they're going to go with lineup-wise. Of course, for Valorant and League of Legends, they are best of 3s and not best of 5s. Because ESC doesn't hate us that much.
Yeah, best of 5s would take us to 2 in the morning.
Yeah, they would take a while. I think, I don't know if they changed it for Overwatch, but Overwatch used to be best of 5s, and those sometimes would take a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rocket League's those best of 5s too. So thankfully they're best of 3s. This is match point, so if Ball State does win this game, they complete a 2-0 sweep, we go home. Well, hopefully. Hopefully we're not trapped in here. Due to the weather. We'll see.
Yeah.
I guess. The funniest part about the weather to me is that this isn't the first time this happened.
Yeah.
It's happened before. Like, not while I'm here. Not while any of us are here, except for like Trinity. But
sounds like we're gonna have agent select here soon.
Sweet. So that means that we are. Yep, we do have it. That means we are going to be getting it again.
This is the agent select from our Corrode game. So this is not the accurate agent select. These are not the picks that are currently available.
So it's not agent select.
I believe we're currently. There we go.
There we go. So
we do see a Raze and an Astra, but no Sage.
No Sage. They chose to switch it off. We do see, I'm going to get the name right. Yoru from Gav.
Yes.
Viper from Law. And, of course, we got Astra, Rebo. Looks like Miami's going to go with their own Sage.
Yes.
So maybe they got some ideas.
Going back to the double smokes once again.
Yeah. Got a Sky. It looks like they're sticking with that Omen.
Sticking the Waylay as well.
Yeah. Fairly similar lineup for Miami, a little different. And Ball State changes it up quite a bit. Actually, I think Ball State changes it up entirely.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't have a single repeating agent. So Ball State choosing to switch it up doesn't really shock me. I mean, these are two pretty different maps that we're dealing with here. Viper. Classic, you know?
Yeah.
So let's see how Ball State's going to play this one.
I feel like that Viper wall there is going to help them a lot on A side and on B side. It's going to help on both sides. And then Rebo with his extra smokes, that'll help them a lot with both retakes and playing onto site.
Yeah, kind of like cutting the site into in half, kind of taking control of it. That's a good one. That's what we would say about torpedo ults in Overwatch season.
Yeah.
But yeah, using those abilities like those walls and those smokes to sort of create your own little spot in sight to give yourself a little bit more, a little bit more space. That's great use of those types of util. So see how well Ball State uses those. Of course, Salmon on that Sky. That's actually a player. That's an agent that we see pretty commonly from Ball State. But if Ball State wins this game, we're not going to see him tonight from Ball State. So it's a little bit of a change in agent select, but Ball State, they've been mixing it up this year. They've been trying out some different agents that we haven't seen from them too often. Brimstone, Sage. Don't really see those guys that often. And yeah, they're going to change it up in between games too.
I feel like Grim with the race play is also going to allow them to very aggressively take that site. It'll definitely throw off the Miami players there for when sites getting taken for the with those blast packs that we see with Raze. It'll allow them to reposition, allow Grim to reposition and get a few picks, and if not, hopefully one of his teammates will get the refrag.
Yeah, hopefully. Who do you main in Valorant? Did you answer this earlier?
Who do I main? I did not. I don't really have a main.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, I play a lot of characters. I'll usually play around whatever my team does.
That's fair. That's a good skill set to have.
I definitely am more controller based because I do not trust my random Q smokes.
That's fair. That's why I Q support so often in most games. But we are into game here on Split. Of course, it's that pistol round. So let's see how Ball State going to handle this one.
We see a few ghosts and a Frenzy from Ball State.
Frenzy. I love the Ghost. Personally, my favorite pistol. Walls are down. Let's see how Ball State going to handle this one. Looks like they are kind of split right now. They kind of have one in mid, two going B, one kind of around that A area.
Spike is still in spawn.
Oh yeah, they didn't even grab a spike. I wonder if that was intentional. Or maybe they do have it in South Strong. But yeah, it looks like Phobos actually has it. And it's just a glitch maybe. So let's see here what's going to happen. Very early contest. Rebo gets that pick onto Evan. So let's see. Ball State in that numbers advantage. Looks like they're going to go B, but they still got Law kind of hanging around A with that Viper. So let's see if he's going to maybe kind of come around and flank, as Phobos is going to get that spike down. Let's see what they can do. River does get traded out as he takes down Grim, but Rebo is going to follow that up. Salmon does get that trade onto Rebo. So still 3v3 for Miami versus Ball State here. I'm only going to send out a smoke. Doesn't know that Gab's over there, and Gab is going to find the pick. Law finds another, and Phobos finds the final. Ball State goes up 1-0. Undefeated on the pistol round so far.
As I predicted, they definitely sent 2 mid for that B Heaven take, which worked out in their favor and worked out very well for them, allowing them to play in. As we see Law on Viper, he's playing very aggressive on A, waiting for the retake to get the flank off on them, which is allowing Ball State to get a few extra picks off, throwing Miami off guard.
Yeah, so let's see what if Ball State's going to maybe do a similar thing. Looks like they have 3 stacking A this time, with 2 kind of hanging around that B area. MU just kind of all hanging around mid right now. So let's see how they're going to play this one. Looks like MU went very heavy into the save. They just don't really have artillery. They're just kind of playing for picks in this moment. They're going to get blinded there. Let's see what they're going to do. Kind of holding this angle on A side move. Yeah, gonna rotate away. Gonna maybe head over to B.
Very simultaneous rotate as we begin to see from both teams here.
Six Stage almost peeked onto that wall. So Ball State getting a little bit of intel of where sort of the roundabouts are of Miami, as they're kind of just hanging in mid. Again with Law kind of around that A area. Bullets are fired at Modi, but no one falling. Grim in a bit of a tricky situation. I wouldn't want to take that if I was you. Very scary. Almost finds, but gets some damage onto Sa. Law manages to find Samlin. Sa tries to pick off another, but is going to find Sa as well. So Law finding 2 to make it 5v3 for Ball State. Let's see how they're going to handle this now. Looks like Phobos is going to play at A, as Ball State plays that perfectly to get onto A. Modi is going to be able to find a pick on the Gab after Gab finds River. Evan finds another. Modi finds one on the Law. Phobos finally going to take him out. So Ball State only up 2-1. Pretty good situation for Miami here. Don't think they're going to win this round, but they do get a lot of nice picks on the Ball State.
Ball State playing very conservatively, as we did see from the first game. It's working out very well for them. A very aggressive buy as well from Ball State, as they bought 3 rifles that round, allowing them to get a lot of good picks, a lot of quick picks as they were rotating through, waiting it out. We see Miami rotating from both sides, not knowing where Ball State's going to hit, and it's just throwing them off, disorienting them, like I said before.
Yeah, let's see. Look at some replay there. Great shots with those pistols from Miami, but it just wasn't enough. So let's see how Ball State's going to play it this time. Looks like a lot of them going around that B area. Once again, they don't even really have Law hanging around A this time. So let's see what they're going to do. Grim going to push forward onto Modi, shooting blind. Gab manages to get that pick. And now Grim finds Samlin as well. Gab finds Evan very early. Numbers advantage for Ball State, finding 3 early on. Phobos is going to get that spike down. It is planted, and now Miami in a very tough spot. Don't really know what they're going to do with this one. Are they going to save, or are they going to try and clutch this up? Right now, just kind of looking like they're not going to go for this one.
Yeah, based off of how things are looking, it looks like they might save this round, as they are their economy is very low. Next round, 3 of them are going to have to save, and they're also going to have to save River and Sa. So it's interesting. Ball State looking to get those frags, trying to pick off the rest of Miami.
Yeah, which To me, I mean, I get why they're doing it. Feels a little like an over-aggressive decision to me, but Gav doesn't know where they are. He's going to swing that angle. Manages to find a pick, and to me, that is why you just don't go for those picks. Even though they only lose one, I mean, you could have just lost no one, and it wouldn't have been as big of a deal.
That is very true. Even though Ball State economy is very high here, Gav being able to buy that weapon back, even though he goes for the Outlaw, and then Miami forcing that save. So, interesting plays here. Miami University definitely struggling a lot as Ball State is playing very aggressive on some of these sides, as well as they're playing very slow for others. Definitely playing very tempoed, which is causing Miami University to fall back a little bit.
Yeah, and now Ball State kind of splitting it up a little bit. They got 3 on A, 2 kind of around B, maybe just going for intel just before they figure out where they really want to rotate. They figure out that there are some on B, and it looks like they are immediately going to decide that B is not for them as they approach that mid area of the map. See River there just holding that angle. Not really going to find anyone just yet.
As you hear a lot of gunfire from mid, River drops the smoke mid.
Yeah, and finds a pick onto Gav. Great stuff from River there. So MU has a bit of a numbers advantage. They're going to send another smoke down. So Ball State, going to want to play this one a little bit carefully. They are all looking to go A, it seems, as of now, but they are down, and they need to get that spike planted. Less than a minute to do so, but that's a decent amount of time. Suh gonna find a pick onto Law. Grim able to trade him out. Ball State still down 1 as they send in some artillery. Grim gonna swing that angle there. Evan only has the pistol, unable to get that pick there. The spike is going to get planted by Ball State. River finds a pick onto Rebo. Samlin now with that sniper, seeing if they can find one. Grim able to get that pick onto River. Samlin picks up the AK, but it is going to be taken down by Phobos. So now the numbers have equaled. Grim very low on HP though, but Ball State has that spike planted, and they seem to have way better control of sight than Miami has right now.
1 enemy remaining.
Moody able to find that pick onto Grim. It is just Phobos. Spike is down. Almost finds Evan, but he's going to be taken out, and I do believe that Miami is going to have time to defuse.
Yes, a very interesting play from both Ball State and Miami there. Miami being able to go for that retake as they play very conservatively. Rebo with the Astral, which was very surprising, especially considering the fact that they were on a save round. I believe that Ball State played very well there, but they just the numbers and not getting those early picks off as we've seen in the previous rounds.
Yeah, they were just kind of forced into that numbers disadvantage for most of the game, and it's kind of hard to play around that in the situation. So, I mean, already a better start for Miami than it was last game, and they are still down 2. We're going to place down that Sage wall. Grim and Gav going to be pushing onto A. Ball State aggressively going onto A here, it seems. Going to use that Yoru all as well. So let's see what they're going to do. Phobos is going to go for the plant. Suh doesn't shoot the Yoru cam. Gav swings. Suh manages to find the pick. And now MU in a bit of a numbers advantage. Let's see how they're going to play it. Spike is down for Ball State. Ball State does have control of sight, so now MU does have the numbers advantage to retake, but Rebo is going to even the score. Finds a third! Rebo going absolutely crazy tonight. Suh tries to swing Phobos, but he is taken out. Modi takes out Grim, and Ball State plays that one very well.
Yes, absolutely. Miami trying to go for a pinch play like they did that last round that won them that round. But it doesn't work out for them this time as Rebo goes for gets 3 picks off on Miami University.
Love to see the IGL going off. Rebo Radio, as he is sometimes called. Great stuff from Ball State there after a bit of a rough round 4. They managed to dominate in round 5. Don't let that last loss affect them and they keep their advantage. They keep rolling. Let's see what they're going to do this time. Law kind of hanging around A once again. He does find a pick onto Samuel, but is immediately traded out by Sa. So that's a 4v4. Ball State kind of just hanging around mid right now. Evan is going to see one of them peek out, chooses not to take it there. It was New York, I'm not sure. See what Grim is going to do. Just kind of wandering around. Not really any fights or contests happening. It looks like MU is going to kind of rotate to B as Ball State maybe wants to approach A here. That Sage, Evan just kind of waiting around that smoke. And we see something really scary for River here. He is going to get swung out by Grim. Grim manages to find the pick, but he is going to get revived. And he's just going to run out of there. Let's see what Sa is going to do. Now they are going to try and push in. Grim finds River to put Ball State in a bit of an advantage. Sa going to go for the swing. Manages to find one as Evan finds Gav as well. But Phobos is going to take out Sa. Evan going to use that revive onto River, going to fall to Phobos. And Modi manages to trade out Phobos as well. 1v1.
Wow, a great
Modi
clutch
wins.
from Rebo.
Oh, Rebo, my bad, I misspoke. We were looking at Modi and then it switched to Rebo really fast right as he got the kill. Rebo with the clutch. He's on fire right now.
Yeah, honestly, as we take it into a tech pause, honestly, a very great play from Ball State there as they played a lot slower that round, trying to take the space, trying to go for picks. Honestly, it worked out very well for them, even though they almost choked that round. Rebo with a very amazing clutch there that allowed them to secure that round, allowed them to play very well, and allowed them to go 7-1, I believe.
Yeah, Rebo's just nasty with it, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, just absolutely on fire. I think, like, each member of Ball State has their moments, has their games where they choose to pop off. We see River with that little revive. They're going to fall back in this situation. Let's see. Kind of overseeing. Rebo gets one, finds another great stuff from Rebo there.
And that was incorrect. It is 5-1, not 7-1.
5-1, not 7-1 just yet, but Ball State absolutely rolling through it right now. Then we just gotta have the tech pause to stop it all, but hopefully we get back into some Valorant.
Yeah, Grim with the aggressive shotgun plays, allowing him to shut down that Clove as well as that Clove ult. Yeah, and then the Sage revive on the Clove. So Clove got 3 lives there that round and just didn't work out for them.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of insane. Ball State just playing it very well. We have an update on Ohio.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
That is very bad.
Oh, no. Ohio. Y'all okay over there? Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're okay.
Hopefully everyone's doing all right. Hopefully our viewers at home watching the stream or wherever you are staying safe. Hopefully our opponents are staying safe as well during the weather severity.
And this is our situation right now. It looks like it looks like it's sort of moving out of our way.
Yeah.
For a little bit, and then it looks like we might get hit by it again.
Yes.
And now we're going to see sort of the zoomed out view there.
Wow.
Yeah, as you can see, Muncie kind of there more in the middle, and I believe that, and Miami is the one highlighted right there. So that it's kind of the situation that we're in. Yeah, Miami's getting hit hard with it versus Muncie. We were getting hit a little bit harder earlier. It looks like we're going to get a little bit of a break from the rain. Hopefully it's right when we leave. But we are back into game.
Yeah, hoping to see either a similar play or something a little more aggressive that allows them to win this next round for Ball State.
Yeah, hopefully as the walls go down, let's see. Similar play with that Sage wall there by Evan. Let's see what is going to happen here. Kind of looks like Ball State just kind of occupying mid a little bit here. Law kind of doing what he's been doing all game, kind of hanging around A, maybe seeing if he can get a pick, get some intel there. Going to run with that Raze launcher. But they're going to send out a smoke. No real major contests happening right now. Ball State just sort of hanging. They're a little spread out right now.
Yeah.
We have 2 in mid, 1 kind of around A, one kind of around B, and then one sort of hanging back a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's see what they're going to do here. Evan and Grim kind of in a bit of a standoff. Evan almost jumps out, goes for the swing. Grim knows where he is, turns around, finds Samlin. Great pick from Grim. Is he going to swing out onto that Sage? Doesn't know, does go for it, but does get taken out by Evan. Now, Evan's going to get rushed by many members of Ball State. Revo going to take him out. Phobos takes out Modi. Looks like Ball State's going to take pretty aggressive control of B here as Phobos is going to go in for that plant. As now, Miami down, I think, yeah, 2 players. Only 2 left for their team, River and Sa, and a bit of a...
just slowed themselves there.
slowed themselves. Does manage to get a pick onto Rebo. Gav does swing. Sa gets Gav. Gav gets River. Sa trades out Gav. So now it is just Sa against Phobos and one other member of Ball State. Law is going to swing out on Law. Is Sa seeing if he can get that pick. Going to go for the swing, but Law is going to take him out.
Very interesting play from Sa there. A very interesting play from Miami overall as they struggle to take that site, just struggle to hold it down. The play from mid, from Grim, playing very aggressive, popping that Raze ult there, allowing him to just take Heaven, and then the Sky kill immediately after just allowed Ball State to take that space over and just threw off Miami University again.
Yeah, just kind of in a tough spot. Ball State playing really well right now, up 6-1. Let's see what they're going to do now in this round.
Another
8.
save round for Miami University.
Yeah, just being constantly forced into the save. They're going to go for that Sage Wall play once again. Is he going to get destroyed? They do know that someone is there. Samlin just kind of navigating through here, finds Rebo. Rebo does take out Samlin. Now Evan in a bit of a tough spot here, trapped within the smoke. Just has a pistol to his name and now gets caught out by Grim. 2 very nice picks from Ball State early on to get them into a very good numbers advantage as they're still just kind of hanging mid right now. Law again hanging around that A area. But it looks like B is going to be the site to go for Ball State. It's kind of wide open. Modi just sort of the last line of defense between Miami and B. He's going to get swung out by Grim. Grim gets a nice pick onto Modi, and now B is wide open for Ball State to take. They know no one's there. They're going to just see if they can get that spike down. Gav going to go in for that plant. It's just River and Sa once again left remaining. They're going to swing out onto Phobos. Managed to find a pick. Gav also gets Sa, but River finds 2 there with that SMG. Ball State now down to 3 members, but Revo with a nice pick onto River. Ball State's going to go up 7-1.
River did a very good job there, getting 2 with the Stinger. Surprisingly, most people struggle with the Stinger.
Yeah,
Miami getting ready to pull out an Operator, which is also very surprising.
Wow, just go for it, I guess. Yeah, anything to disrupt Ball State's kind of economy there. At least 2 nice picks. They are going to take a timeout, which doesn't shock me. You know, they go down 1-7. Try to regroup. It's kind of got to be hard taking a timeout mid-game. I've always found that this is the hardest position to be in esports, in games.
Yes.
It's just like nothing's working.
Yeah.
You're just, okay, what can we do? Like, what can we do?
Honestly, trying to put your mind in the game is what's best. Honestly, trying to think about what's wrong, what went right, how can we make sure what's going right continues to lead us for more victorious rounds. And honestly, I feel like Miami hasn't found their tempo yet. But Ball State has, as they're continuously winning rounds, continuously readjusting their plan, and not hitting the same site every single round. Even though we're seeing a lot of B hits, they're definitely feeling out the spaces, reading out what they can and cannot do, using their util very effectively here to make sure they get these kills, secure the rounds, and we're back in the game now.
Yeah, and like, there is probably no worse mental situation in esports than Miami's going through right now. Just losing like this is just exhausting for the other team because, especially at this level of play, you usually know why you're losing. And you're just trying to see what you can do to salvage it. But right now, it's just not working. That's a tough mental to sort of crawl yourself out of. You just kind of have to take it on your chin and see what you can do about it. So let's see. Ball State very aggressively just going for B right now. So let's see how this is going to work out for them. Law finds a nice pick onto Samlin as Grim going to go in for that plant. Law finds another on the River as he is finally taken down by Sa. Spike is planted for Ball State. They have a 4-3 numbers advantage. Looks like Evan wants to go for that swing as Rebo finds a pick onto Sa. Evan is blinded. Looks like he's going to go for the swing. Manages to find Phobos as Modi finds Grim as well. So they've evened the numbers here. Has MU. So let's see if they can take advantage of that. But Gav is going to find Evan. That spike is still down. Moody in a very tough spot. He's going to push out and he's going to be pinched by 2 Ball State players. He is going to find Gav, but Rebo takes him down and Ball State wins another one.
Very aggressive play from Ball State there, popping 2 ults immediately as the round starts, or as they push onto the site, with Rebo ulting for the Astra Wall and then Gav ulting for the Euro ult to get a bunch of intel before he TPs back with the rest of the team. Very interesting play there. Honestly, putting Miami in another save round and them having 3 ults, Waylay ult, an Omen ult, and a Sky ult, which is very much intel heavy for them. Hopefully they can either use that to their advantage or try to stop Ball State's push here as they go into round number 10. Law playing on A by himself. Does Miami go for another very aggressive push on the Law as they know he plays there very consistently? As we see a few players pushing towards B site.
Let's see what they're going to do. Sa going to use that movement, try to take control, try to get a sneak onto Law, but Law is going to pick him off. Let's see if Salmon can be the one to take out Law. Law in a bit of a tough spot here. I mean, he's got 3 Miami players on him. They do only have pistols, so let's see what Law can do. Modi is going to find a nice pick onto Grim. Gav finds Modi, but Evan able to trade out Gav as Rio finds a pick onto Evan there. It's going to be 3-2 for Ball State. Phobos is going to go in and plant on B once again. B has kind of been Ball State's site of choice all game. So let's see what they're going to do here. It is just Samlin and River left alive. This is, I would say this is winnable for them, but they only have pistols. It's just a tough situation.
Yes.
They don't have the economy to do anything about it. They're just sort of stuck in this smoke, and they have to try to see if they can just get a lucky few picks. And Law is going to find Samlin. He's going to find River, and it is over there for Miami as Ball State goes up 9-1.
Law doing a very good job of controlling his space and eventually taking over what Miami loses there on A site and just allowing him to flank and get more picks as we saw a 3K from him. Miami currently has all 5 ults here that they can use to their disclosure as Ball State only has the Viper ult and the Raze ult here.
Yeah, so now up 9-1, approaching that switch. Not quite there yet. Let's see how Ball State's going to play out for the rest of the last few rounds of this attacker side. Looks like they might be going towards A this time. Been a while since they've done that. Law finds a nasty pick onto River. He is going to get revived there. So let's see what they're going to do now. We are going to hear the Viper ult come out. Gav is going to take down River as Grim is just trying to get out of there. Rebo finds a nice pick onto Sus. Samlin able to take out Gav. Rebo takes out Samlin. Nice trade for Ball State. Very much in the numbers advantage there. Just Modi now left. He is able to find Grim as Ball State wins as Law takes out Modi.
Miami died basically all in the same spot there. Very interesting. Now, as we go into the last round before the half, they used 3 ults there to try and sneak on Ball State, but Ball State just overpowering Miami University here as we see these rounds and just taking whatever control that they can, forcing Miami into another save round here as it is last round. So they are going to be forced to force.
Yeah, forced by, not fun situation to be in. Let's see if Miami can just do anything here on this last round. What are going to send out some smokes? Looks like Ball State wants B this time. Is the site that they have been targeting very predominantly. Phobos kind of just waiting around here. I believe it was a Origin that they sent in. Evan kind of trying to get a slow, maybe seeing what he can do. Just kind of at a standoff with this Omen smoke. No one really able to push because no one wants to be the first one to get picked off. So they're all just kind of waiting at a standstill right now. Let's see who's going to be the first one to finally go for it. That Omen smoke is still there. Let's see what's going to happen. Grim's going to be the one to rush in, finds a pick onto Modi. So let's see what he's going to do. Sub finds a pick onto Gav as well. Which one of Ball State has the spike? It is Phobos. Grim takes out Evan as well. Now Phobos is going to go in there, for that plant. They do get the spike down. River finds a nice pick onto Rebo, so it is going to be 3-2 for Ball State. As Sa has a nice angle here onto Law, but does he know it? No, Law gets a nice pick onto Sa. River tries to get something going, but Phobos takes him out, and Ball State is going to go up 11-1.
Crazy first half here from Ball State. We're looking very similar to that last game there. Will we see another 13-1 from Ball State University?
Honestly, I'm getting a little bit of deja vu right now, looking like a bit of the same thing. But here's what I'm really excited about here. Okay, if Ball State wins this pistol round, we are undefeated on the pistol rounds tonight.
That is very true.
That is very true. Are we going to see that as we get into some replay? Oh, that was the replay.
Grim with a very quick pick there, pushing in very aggressively, using those blast packs and being able to take over B site.
Yeah, let's see. Looks like the timer might be a little messed up. I don't know how soon we are into getting walls down, but let's see if what Ball State can, what Miami. Oh, it's back to us. Maybe a little bit of tech issues.
Yeah.
So let's see what Ball State can do here on this pistol round. Of course, we are notoriously not great on the pistol rounds, but they've been pretty good on them tonight.
Yeah.
Just kind of getting the picks, playing it very well. They are on defense now,
yes.
Which I believe Switzerland is a more defensive map. So, I mean, they've just been doing great on attack. So let's see what they can do on defense. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what
I
Miami
feel like based off of how the agents that Miami has, that Ball State might struggle a little bit with the defense and holding it down simply because of the very aggressive util, especially the usage that we've seen from them on the defensive side for Miami.
Yeah, being up this high at Switch, I feel like can be honestly a little bit like pressure inducing because like you just gotta win 2 games.
Yeah.
But like sometimes that can be really hard. And like
yeah.
It can get a little scary when it's like you just have to win 2 games, but can you actually get those 2? You just want to get them done really fast.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can get a little sketchy there.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that before with Ball State, where it's like they've been in a situation where they just need to win 1 game, 2 games, and they'll drop them. They'll drop some games, and it gets a little sketchy there for a moment. But
I wonder if we'll see if Miami takes a few tips from Ball State, playing a little slower for these rounds, waiting to hit a site instead of just going in, getting picks, and then once they get those picks, hit that site.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah. I'm assuming they are probably going to play it a little more slow. That would be my guess. We did see Ball State near the end of the game there get a little more aggressive and just kind of rush onto those sites. But for a majority of the time on Split, they were playing it very slow. They were playing it very safe, kind of waiting around mid, waiting around like deep into before approaching site to actually just go all in, waiting until they get some intel, waiting until they get a first blood. And then deciding it was the moment to go in. So let's see if maybe Miami takes that approach as I'm assuming, I don't know what's happening, but because they were in game on a pistol round. So my guess is that they might be playing Valorant right now.
Yeah, but Grim also has his headphones off.
Oh, that's true. He has IEMs in.
Oh, he has both.
Yeah, I don't know what that situation is because he usually wears both. But I don't know what's giving him what audio.
Probably the IEM, he has the headphones, so the
it
IEMs.
was a tech pause. It was a tech pause the whole time.
Okay.
There was no issue. That's... yeah, bit of a interesting situation there. But, okay, that was just a tech pause. They were not playing Valorant in that moment. So that leads me to even further believe what is playing in Grim's ears in those IEMs. But that's not as important. All right.
Pistol round here from both sides as it is first round of the half. Hopefully we see another Ball State win for the pistol round. So your prediction of an undefeated pistol round from Ball State University here.
I mean, like at this point it's like ESC championship, undefeated pistol rounds. What's the difference? Let's see what they can do on this pistol round. Whipping up those silence pistols. It's called the Ghost in Valorant, right?
Yes.
The Ghost. Yeah, the Ghost. Ball State spending a little bit more money on the pistol round.
Yeah, Miami going for a lot more util here to try and take the site and try to hold it down for post-clan. Grim immediately with the boom bot here, playing very aggressive, backing up, And Miami playing very aggressive here into
Yeah,
garage.
Miami playing very aggressive. Su's just going to try to rush in onto that B site, try to get some intel, seeing where Ball State is. Ball State's going to be kind of forced to have to retake this here, as Samlin is going to go for that plant. They are going to get a little bit of a scrap with Grim. Law has a good angle Heaven here, but doesn't really get a pick on it. Rebo gets a nice pick onto River. Evan is going to take out Grim. So still even numbers as a whole load of picks come out, leaving Miami in the disadvantage. And now Rebo going to go for the defuse, and Ball State is undefeated in the pistol rounds tonight.
As we move on into match point, as you said, Ball State undefeated in the pistol rounds, as we normally do not see, which is very surprising.
Match point.
12-1, Ball State. As Ball State goes for the bonus, playing very aggressive with their buys here.
Yeah, let's just kind of see what they do. Does Ball State just try to end it quick here? I mean, at this point, for Miami to win, we'd have to be here a long time.
Yeah, quite a while. They would have to throw it into overtime and then win by 2.
Yeah, which, yeah, Ball State's not going to let that happen that easily. So if Miami were to pull off that, at that point, I don't even know what we'd be watching. It looks like Miami's going to go very aggressively into A here. Phobos kind of holding an angle Heaven. He's going to drop down, going to try to find one, but he is going to be taken out by River as Gav does find Sa. So even number games now as they trade 2 very, very quick picks there. Looks like River is going to get that spike down for Miami. They're all just kind of grouped up together on A. Grim going to swing out onto Modi, finds that pick with the shotgun there. Now, looks like Ball State going to be aggressive in this retake. Samlin does find 2 as Evan finds 1, so now it is just Grim in a 1v3 situation. So you kind of ask yourself, what does he do here? He only has a shotgun. Is he maybe going to try to pick up another weapon? Is he just going to save?
I feel like Grim is almost forced to save here, as it is a 3v1, considering he has only the shotgun. Looks like he's trying to go for an exit pick, but he does not get it, as Miami University wins that round 14.
Yeah, Miami takes a second game. Not something I was really expecting to happen, but they go 2-12, so they finally got a little bit of something going.
Yeah. As they're playing super aggressive onto these sites, which they lost the first site because of that, but the second one they're able to get. And I feel like partially because of the double shotgun buy from Ball State allowed them to crumple a little bit, even though one of the shotguns allowed them to play very aggressive. It got them a pick. And as we go into round 15,
Gav, nice early pick on the sub. That puts Ball State in a great position here. Looks like Miami's going to do the same thing and be very aggressive onto A. So let's see how that pans out for them. Gav goes for that shot onto River, but not going to get it, as River's just going to take that ult charge. So let's see what's going to happen now. Very early confrontation early on from both teams. It looks like Miami's going to sort of change their mind here, go for a bit of a different approach, as Rebo's just kind of sneaking around. Doesn't seem like he's going to find anyone, of course. Looks like Ball State and MU just sort of rotating to be here.
yeah, as we see a very powerful mid push. Ball State very confused on what's going on. Seems like Miami taking a few tips from Ball State, playing it a little slower.
Yeah.
As we see very much side pressure.
Samlin is going to find a pick. Rebo manages to trade him out. So, MU in a bit of a ties the score there by taking out Gav. So River is going to plant for MU. MU has control of B side now. A very successful rotate, and it is even numbers for both teams. So let's see how this one's going to play out. He's going to get swung by Phobos. Phobos able to find a bit of a wallbang shot onto Evan there. Unfortunate for MU. River just kind of waiting on the low ground as Ball State chooses to take the high ground. River manages to find Law. What even is happening? Looks like Miami's going to win it.
Yeah, very interesting last part of the round. Ball State just losing site control, which ultimately costed them the round. Miami playing very well, their numbers, playing very great angles, allowing them to take the round, putting Ball State on lesser shields, unable to completely full buy this round, as they have Astra ult, Rebo 21-7 and 6 currently.
Yeah, that Astra ult is very powerful, so maybe they are just going to try to use that real quick here to take control here. Looks like now they're going to go very aggressive onto B, which is unfortunate for Ball State because a majority of the team is A. So now they are very quickly getting told B, as Grim and Law find 2 picks. Grim finds another. Great for Ball State there. Only 2 left for MU. Firing through the smoke is Grim, unable to find Evan, but now they are forced into a very difficult situation that may have well just sealed the game. They're going to rush in onto MU. They find Samlin. Evan finds Grim, but Gav takes out Evan. Ball State wins.
Ball State going 2-0. Last game going 13-3, which is very interesting, allowing Miami University to take 2 of those rounds in the second half, which is very surprising. They definitely did take a few tips from Ball State there, allowing themselves to play a little slower and then playing very aggressive the next round, allowing them to take those 2 rounds. But ultimately, Ball State coming out on top with the 2-0.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about that a little bit. When they only need 1 round to win, they dropped a few games, but they got it done there eventually at the end. And I do believe, as usual, we are going to get an interview. But let's watch some of the highlights of that game. There was the game-winning moment from Gav there, as he so often does. Gav has been a very crucial add to this team for this semester. Doing absolutely great stuff for them. And honestly, ever since that EMU loss, I feel like there's just a fire lit under this team.
Yes.
They are just playing different. As we can look at some of the stats here. Rebo with the MVP.
Yeah, Rebo going MVP both games, I believe. Doing very well. Just carrying the team through these rounds, carrying the team through these games, doing very well, and allowing the team to win both games ultimately.
Yeah, absolutely great game. So we are going to look at our player of the game and our interviews. As you can see, he is ranked Immortal 3. His favorite agent is Cypher, and he joined in fall 2025. Law, who I believe got his season test positive. So here he is. He's behind us. So
hey guys.
All right, I'll let you start it off.
How were both games?
As you can see, it was a pretty clean sleep from us tonight. That was definitely more of the tempo we wanted to hit tonight. Clean games, but we really got to be ready for Akron this coming week because it's going to be after our loss to EMU. We got to shape it up after that. But I think we're doing well. I think this is the good first step to doing that.
What were the thoughts going in to the Corrode game?
Going into Corrode, it's the first time we picked Corrode. We've just all this week we've been doing prep on Corrode and just kind of doing team mental activities. So we were just coming in with fresh ideas, fresh thoughts, and we actually played it really well, I think.
Anything that you have?
When you're just kind of dominating a game like that, 13-1, 13-3, how do you sort of stay kind of locked in, make sure that you're taking it seriously?
For that, I'll give props to my coach, Raptors, Gannon. He really helps us reel it in at times when, because it's good to keep the vibes up, it's good to stay funny and not stay totally locked in, excuse me. But yeah, he helps us stay locked in, helps us stay focused on the goal at hand, treat every opponent the same, with the same respect.
On that split, that second half, when Miami took those 2 rounds, what were you feeling then?
I think it was just we wanted to end the game early. We got a little too ahead of ourselves, but we were there to reel it back in pretty quickly.
You sort of talked about how you guys like to have fun. Do you think that kind of having fun and being friends with your team is crucial to you guys doing it so good?
100%. I don't think any team can really go far without that good team bonding and teamwork that we have with each other. I think we do a lot of things outside of the game as well to really kind of bond our friendship together. So I think that's a really important factor when we come into these games is knowing how each other thinks and how we can operate within a system.
All right, I personally
that's all I have.
Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
So I can take that from you. Thank you very much for joining us. Good game to you guys. Really liked watching it. Love a Ball State 2-0 sweep. But that is all that we are going to have for you tonight. Very dominant 2-0 from our Cardinals. As you can see, how it's looking outside. It's been a very rainy night. Looking at some replays, it's been a beautiful night for our Cardinals. Love to end it off with that 2-0 sweep, dominant win. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We always appreciate your viewership. Hope you're staying safe out there with the weather. I really appreciate y'all sticking by. We'll see you later. That's all from me. Good night. Are we muted? I hope this stream did
Oh, it's not supposed to be there.
Dang, so we're not.